All right, guys. Today we got a special guest in the house. This man is one of the most underrated lyricists and artists that never truly got his chance to flourish. He's my brother. I'm talking about the one and only Big Lou.
Good, Panda. My brother Panda Chop.
How you living, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed. I can't even front.
Well, you look good, man. You look good. You know, your beard all combed out and shit.
No, I gotta stay fly. Don't be hating on my beard.
All right, man. Well, where we gonna start? All right. I hate to ask you this one, but you know I got to.
Oh, shit.
And the fans gonna want to know, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
Fat Joe was on your man Math Hoffa's podcast, and he dissed the FBA, called them broke, radical racists. The real thing that he's mad about is the belief that hip-hop was created 50-50 by blacks and Puerto Ricans, and the FBA has pushed back on that. So what do you think about what happened on the podcast?
You know I gotta be real with this whole shit. So I think the way Fat Joe just talks, the way he words shit, is not just the best. He ain't the most brilliant dude in the world.
It wasn't very eloquent?
Yeah, it wasn't very eloquent. You know, he comes in Fat Joe style. He's still stuck in, he wants to be still street, you know what I mean? And he's just stuck in that way, you know what I mean? And it's like, you gotta word this shit right for you won't offend people, because some of the shit he said, I understand, and I know he wasn't taking it, you know, that way. I get it. But a lot of people, the way he puts it, they not gonna get it. It makes it look like he's a racist nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just a racist fuck. And you know, we from the hood. I saw comments that said, yo, why should he say nigga? Like me, I'm saying the word nigga. I'm a certified hood nigga. That's a term of endearment for us. You know, mostly all my friends is black. So I say the shit. You know what I mean? I get a pass. You know what I mean? Only because I'm from the street. I come from that. I'm cut from that cloth. So, you know, when you cut from that cloth and you live there, you know, you can do that. But he does it too much freely in the world that he's living in now, that they very biased towards shit. Like he could go overboard, put it like that. And he went overboard in that whole Math Hoffa shit. And I think Math looked it bad too, because, you know, Math kind of looked it like a sucker, like laughing with him about that shit when I felt as though Math should have checked him. You feel me?
Wait, before we go into Math's response, right? So it's not just always what you say, it's how you say it.
How you say it,
right.
Exactly.
And it's a very controversial topic, so I feel like he should have chose his words very carefully. It seemed like he did it out of emotion rather than was like very strategic about how he was going to approach the subject, right?
Right, and he did it more out of emotion. And anybody know Fat Joe don't like me for whatever reason. But me, I gotta be a realist. I see how he was coming at it. And some of these cats that he's talking about, they is too pro-black and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like they taking it way left. Cause he wasn't saying it in that type of way. Now anybody that know me know I'm saying I'm keeping it real, because they know I don't fuck with Joe like that. You know what I'm saying? So you know I'm keeping it 100 if I'm telling you, yo, I know how he meant it. He just doesn't say the shit right. And you know what I mean? He owed them an apology for that.
Okay, because you said that some of these people are too radical with it. So do you think that like you could be too pro something that you against everybody else, or like what are you trying to say? Like
that? I saw a video of some boy there. Some dude there, he was talking about it. I don't know if he's down with Lord Jamal or something. He put a video up and he got very, very, the way he was talking, that's prejudice. because he was shitting on Hispanics. And see, that's what it starts. It starts to where now he's being very disrespectful towards Latinos. And when I heard him, I didn't even want to hear the motherfucker no more, because I was like, oh, this he wilding, you know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be righteous and everything, and supposed to speak better than that, and teach knowledge itself. If you got knowledge itself, then say what it is. You know what I mean? Don't lash out on other Hispanics just because Fat Joe is Hispanic. Fat Joe is Colombian, Hispanic, whatever he is. He's a couple things. So, you know what I mean?
Puerto Rican and Cuban.
But whatever he is, part Sharpay, whatever he is, I don't care. You got it.
No, come on. No. I see what you was doing there. Okay, don't. He's in part Sharpay.
That ain't what he is.
Come on,
well,
man.
anyway, like we was talking about, he has to just explain it better. You know what I mean? He didn't explain it himself better. He was reckless on how he talked, and it just came out. It didn't come out very good. Put it like that. It just didn't come out.
But do you think that comes out like from like an arrogant, like he's just arrogant about it?
Very, anybody that know Fat Joe know he's very arrogant when he speaks, and he talks out of emotion all the time. He got like a chip on his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? He always wants to be that dude, and he always wants to explain stuff in a way that you shouldn't explain. Like when he said, me and you was talking about this a little bit, when he said, the girls that used to take care of me, they started hip hop. They was the ones that said, ho, ho, ho. Like, come on, nobody believe that bullshit. Like, that shit right there was wild. And, here go Fat Joe again, like Charlie Rock LD used to say. You know what I'm saying? I was in the back of, in the back of the car with John Gotti, and, John Gotti.
How you gonna say some shit like that?
Yeah, that's Joe. and that's how he explains stuff, you know what I mean? And it comes out crazy. And it's like, when you say other shit that could offend, which I call my people, because black, we all black. You know what I'm saying? I was raised around blacks. My wife is half black, half Hispanic. I got the best of both worlds. You know what I mean? My best friend is black. So it's like, you got to know how to talk. You know what I mean? And he's just very arrogant. Like you said, he comes off very arrogant because he feels like he got that title to do that, and he really don't.
All right. So earlier you were saying that, you're not defending Joe because, you guys don't get along and everything. But when I did my interview with Cuban, right, he kept it real, and he said he didn't think that Joe was being racist in a certain incident with an engineer, right? And then like the fans in the comments were like, oh, you see, he don't get along with Joe, but he's staying on code. You see how they defend each other? You see how Latinos stay together and everything, even though they don't get along. What do you think about that? Because they're going to say that in the comments.
I say that's them fucking, to me, that's a motherfucker being pro-black, because that ain't no motherfucking code or none of that shit. I just feel as though at that time, he wasn't saying it the way he's saying it. You know what I mean? If you look at the people that's talking, that motherfucker that's balls with Lord Jamar need to check that ball. Because if you see the video, that he was the one being racist. He was shitting on Hispanics and everything. Just because one man does some shit he's not supposed to say or whatever, you don't take it out on Hispanics. That's being racist.
Are you talking about Tariq Nasheed?
Nah. Some what the fuck was that boy name, yo? If you say it, I'll know it. But he got a video out. He was talking wow, yo. And anyway, like I was saying, you know what I mean? Like, I don't gotta defend Joe for shit. You know how I feel about that whole shit.
Right.
Like I said, he don't know how to talk right. He wants to be something he ain't. He always comes wild out the mouth. And if you're going to question anybody, question Matt Hoffa. Matt Hoffa should have checked that room. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he said that, Matt Hoffa The same way he'll check any other of these motherfuckers, you need to check him too. You know what I'm saying? If you really down, because from my understanding, Math fuck with some of them boys. You know what I'm saying? So if you fuck with both sides like that, then you should show your loyalty to both sides. You know what I'm saying? And you should have stopped him. And yo, Joe, you getting out of hand with that, man. Now let him do the whole interview, put it out, and then you take it down. That looked it wild.
And you've worked with Math in the past, so it's not like you guys got anything against each other. You cool.
I never had nothing with Math, you know what I'm saying? I mean, me and Math talked. I mean, he Hollywood now, probably, you know what I mean? I hit him up before, you know, he too Hollywood. He on it, you know. But, you know, it is what it is. I ain't never had nothing personal with Math. You know what I mean? I reached out to him. The last time I talked to Math, we was talking about bringing the battle rap shit down here. You feel me? That was the last time I talked to Math, and that was probably like a year or two ago. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
But I ain't got nothing personal with Math. You know what I mean? I think Math, you know, he a dope MC. I fuck with Math. We got records, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. We fuck with the same DJ Bull back then. So definitely nothing with Math. I just felt as though he should have checked the room at the time when he saw Joe was getting out of whack with shit. You know what I mean? Because, you know, that's the type of shit that make other Boricuas look bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, because then, like, I just saw Math, heard Math on Star Report, right? And he was defending, doing the interview with Joe, and Star was saying that it's not Math's job to check Joe. You should let Joe talk and say what he got to say. And Math was saying that he, you know, he don't care if anybody got anything to say about him not checking him.
Of course he gonna say that, you know what I mean? He gotta defend himself, but you know, from the real side of things, you know, if it was if me personally, if it was my podcast, I would have checked him. I would have been like, nah, Joe, you know, I don't agree with that, because ain't that what you there for? We if you're not a yes man and you about asking questions, why does it always gotta be? Since when is it that a journalist, ain't he supposed to be both-sided? You know what I'm saying? Ask the difficult questions, ask the hard questions. Ain't that how journalism's supposed to go? Or am I bugging?
Yeah, but I don't think that he considers himself a journalist necessarily, but I see what you're saying.
He's a fucking journalist. What are you?
I don't consider myself a journalist, you know, like I guess a media, I don't know, it's just media, I don't know.
They just gave it a fancy word.
Yeah.
That's all it is. To me,
well, a journalist, people say, is somebody that has to go to school and study journalism.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's just my take on it.
But I do agree with you that I think that Math just laughing when he was calling FBA broke, you know what I mean, N-words and stuff like that. I do think that it was kind of tough. It was kind of cringe right there because, you know, like this is a...
Nah, I ain't black. Listen, I'm not black, and I was mad at that part.
It's a really controversial topic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a really controversial topic to begin with. So if you talking about Joe was saying something like, "Oh, I think this rapper is better than this rapper," all right, I can see you letting that go. But like this topic here is kind of one where you gotta be a little more careful. You know?
Exactly. Thank you for saying that, because that's my point. On something like that, there's certain things that you can let go, but there's certain things you just can't let go. You know what I mean? Because then you got to question your loyalty, your morals. You know what I'm saying? You got to check yourself if you're gonna let that go. I mean, that's just me again. That's my opinion.
I mean, okay. Do you think that he might have felt? I mean, Joe is a really big, you know, star coming to his podcast and everything, right? And the first time that he came after that, Math's podcast blew up. So do you think that he felt some kind of pressure, like, hey, like if I check Joe right here, it would look bad, like, you know, like he might not fuck with me anymore?
Of course. Of course, I'll be lying if I say, you know what I mean? Of course,
Because then, he
people play
also
the
was just at
politics.
Joe's album listening session too. His listening party.
Exactly. They playing the politics, man. You gotta play the politics. You know what I mean? I mean, even when Joe, you know what I mean, was talking on his joint, you saw what he said. He said, this shit I didn't want it to do, but I gotta play the politics. So basically, you gotta ass kiss. So that's what they do. They ass kiss to get to the top. And some people don't ask kiss. Some people ask kiss. Some people lick ass. Some people do all kind of shit. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Everybody does it different. Some lick, some suck, some. There's a lot of lickers and ass kisses.
Pause. You it's going
I
a
ain't
little
pausing
crazy.
because I ain't the one licking the ass. So I ain't pausing shit. I ain't doing none of that. Everybody know I'm coming real with it.
One thing that I don't like about this situation, though, is it really has caused division, right? It's like people are looking at Joe as, oh, you represent Latinos when nobody like elected him to be the one person that this entire group. So because he said something that was wild, now people are coming out and saying, you see these comments, people are like, oh, all Latinos do that. All of them are racist. All of them be like acting like they down with you. And then all of a sudden, you ain't in the room. They say some other stuff. And I don't like the division that it's causing, because it's like, you can't put a blanket statement and say that all people are like this. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it must be causing division to the fake motherfuckers, because it ain't causing division to real motherfuckers. Real motherfuckers that's black, Latin, Jamaican, whatever, we still gonna get along. We still gonna ride with each other. We still gonna talk our shit. You know what I mean? That's probably in their world, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't causing no division in my world.
Maybe it's all internet too, because sometimes you got to take a grain of salt with these people in the comments, right? It's like it's a different world compared to like your personal interactions, in real life.
Right. And what matters? To me, what matters is what you live.
Right.
And what I live, what I'm surrounded by, is no division. You know what I'm saying? Just as much blacks listen to my music. They know how I'm coming. They not never gonna question me just because Fat Joe says some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is. You know what I mean? Like, this internet shit is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially, it's giving voices to the wrong people. Because I see some of these cats. The boy that I'm talking about, he got to be like 60 years old or something. And you could tell he's just happy to be talking. You know what I mean? He just happy to be talking. And, you know what I mean? Fat Joe is a platform. The internet is all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because it allows bullshit to elevate that shouldn't never have to elevate. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's our own people, blacks, Hispanics, that make it worse for each other in that computer world. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm glad, we still got the real ones out there. You know what I'm saying? That count. That stand for something.
Yeah, but don't you think that like it's like really unfair how people take it like, oh, like Joe represents everybody in this group just because he's Latino?
Joe is Latino when it means something to him. When the Spanish parade come around, he got the bandana on and everything. But when he's doing other shit, he's gonna be Poland. He's gonna be Australian. When he got something over here, and he got a movie thing. Listen, Joe got many hats. Joe is gonna be what they want him to be, because right now he's programmed. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna be what they want him to be. And you can't take that. He making money. You can't tell him shit. You feel me? So that's where all these cats, once you start elevating and getting to a certain, there's only a chosen few, a handful that can get the shit off and move the way real ones move. You know what I'm saying? And Cat Williams said it. And you see it been happening. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit going down. You know what I mean? Cat said it best. Is that people, you just got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to that bullshit.
You seen where Joe like says that he considers himself black too?
Where?
He said it in like previous interviews that like, because when he was born, they looked at him and said, you know, they called him the N-word and everything. So like he considers himself to be black too, like since a very young age, like it's the way that he grew up.
I mean, to me, we we all black in a sense. You feel me? We all black in a sense, but you know what I mean? His definition of it is very unique. It's very unique because Joe is the type that says shit just to be saying it, to make it sound good. You know what I'm saying? Like when they say that there's Puerto Ricans that like talk about black people behind. I seen it. You feel me? I seen it. I had arguments with people, you know what I mean, that put, Latin people that don't like blacks, but I also saw black people that don't like their own kind. Black people that's racist against their own people. Latins that's racist against their own people. You know what I mean? It's all over. You see it all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? With my own people, in Puerto Rico, when I started learning about my father's side of the family, because I'm part Haitian, and I started learning, you know what I mean, about that side of the family, I noticed that, some of my family that's darker, they couldn't even go to a certain spot in Puerto Rico because they was too dark.
Oh, you're talking about colorism within the same.
I'm talking about, but not only colorism, is just how these people is programmed, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just the racist shit of it, you know what I'm saying? So, it's deeper than you could take it. But I think in Joe's, to answer your question, Joe is a character, man. I just think he's so fucking far-fetched out of the reality now that he even forgot who the fuck he is anymore. You know what I mean? Like with the stories and with all that shit.
You gotta love his stories though. They're real entertaining though.
No, that's just bullshit. It's bullshit. Only dumb motherfuckers love his stories.
No, but I'm saying because like you don't take it serious though. Like the people that actually believe it is like, bro, like come on, how can you believe that? But like it's just so absurd. It's funny. You gotta laugh at it. You gotta laugh at it because it's just so crazy.
Yeah. Now he's making a whole joke of it itself. It's like it's Cap. Now he's telling the stories and say, yo, you want to hear my Cap stories? Like, you feel me?
Right.
Because he knows himself is a fucking lie. He knows what he's doing, you know what I'm saying? It's another way to market something, though, you know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at him. That's a lane to make money. Because the more views and the most people pay attention to it, he making more money.
The headlines. He learned.
So dumb. Yeah.
He learned during the pandemic that he could he could monetize telling these hip hop stories and get headlines and everything.
Exactly. He know what he doing. So why all these dumb motherfuckers is, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what he doing, you know what I'm saying? He collecting the paycheck.
What did you think about Math taking the clip down?
You gotta ask Math that. I don't know. I don't like.
You think Joe told him to take it down?
I think Joe might have been. Joe's people might have, but then I just think that Math took it down for his own reasons. You feel me?
Got you.
I think he was getting a bad rap, and he don't need that right now. Math is doing something positive. You feel me? And it's dope, what Math is doing. You know what I'm saying? You like to see that Math came from, that struggle. You feel me? I seen it myself. I saw Math come from that struggle. So, when he started making his waves and eating, I was happy for that brother. You feel me? And I didn't know Math like that. But just to see somebody succeed that you was in the game with, is enough for me, you know what I mean, to put a smile on my face because we was always the underdogs, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, the sad part about it is, you know, you also see how some of them lose their focus. And I just pray that he stay on course and never lose his focus like a lot of, you know what I mean? You know, a lot of them did. You feel me? A lot of people before him did. They lost focus of what reality is. You feel me?
See, that's how I know that you don't hate on people, Lou, because like you happy to see somebody just make it, especially
I
seeing
love
somebody
it.
build something out of nothing, like from scratch. You know,
Right.
you saw his journey in this podcast world, and you saw him start with like no numbers, and the way
Exactly.
where for him to hit 1 million now, right? Like you
Right.
gotta salute that. There's no way for you
Definitely.
to hate on that. I mean, like you might not like certain things that he talks about or way he moves and stuff like that, but at the same time, you
Right.
still salute the hard work, right?
Yeah. I mean, because, you know, you look at some of these cats like almost like family at one point, you know what I'm saying? Like when he used to go to Jay Ronan, you know, shout out to Jay Ronan. He used to go to DJ Jay Ronan, record over there. I used to go, and he lives in Brooklyn. I used to go to Jay Ronan's in Brooklyn. I'm from Camden, but I was always in New York. You know, that's my second home. And we recorded in the same spots, you know what I mean? Of course, we did a record, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I know the grind. You feel me? I know how hard he worked. I know how hard I worked. So it's like I said, it's satisfying to see a lot of cats that I work with, you know, go to that next level. You just don't want to see them lose themselves.
Right.
Because then you feel something, you know what I mean? And behind closed doors, it would be something I'll talk to him about because it ain't nobody business. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say to him what I'll say to him because he'll have an understanding because we cut from that cloth. You feel me? He know it ain't no disrespect and nothing, no love loss and nothing. But at the end of the day, he's his own man. You know what I'm saying? He make his own decisions. I make my own decisions. You know, I'm happy for the brother and shit like that. You know what I mean? I wish him nothing but success. Like I wish a lot of other people. You know what I mean? I don't hate on Joe. You know what I'm saying? Cuban Link is my brother. I don't hate on Joe. If Joe wanted to talk to me tomorrow and have dialogue with me, guess what? I'll meet up with Joe. As long as he don't try no separation, because Cube is still my brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's what I'll be talking about. Like, if you can make up with 50, but your beef with 50 was 100 times worse, why can't you, you know what I'm saying? It just don't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Well, it does make sense to me now because, you know why. You know, it's positioning. Is money talk. Money talk. That's all.
So then the Uppercut Podcast, right? Shout out to Tiger over there. I like the podcast because of watching his growth. He was originally doing interviews in the car. He was called From the Soul. Then he got a nice podcast set up and been doing he got good guests and everything, right? Recently, he releases this clip of Liza Rios walking off the podcast after being asked too many questions about Joe. But it was asked like he was on Joe's side. What did you think when you saw that?
Disgusting. I was pissed off. You know what I mean? If I was there, that it would have been some shit. Like if I was her people and I would have been there, somebody would have been asleep. You know what I mean? Because you don't do no shit like that. You know what I mean? He knew he came for the juggler from the rip. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what kind of bullshit is that? Was you really happy to get her there to do the interview, or was you happy that you wanted to do the fuck shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's all that was. That was a pussy move. You know what I'm saying? And it made him look bad. And he killed himself with that kind of, cause he was starting to do his numbers. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that was just a bad move. You know what I mean? I wish him success too, man. I actually liked this podcast till I saw that bullshit. And I know a lot of other people feel like me. Like,
They
what
was
was that
killing
for?
him in the comments too, because like he originally included just like a 2-minute clip in another interview, right? Because he had told them, I interviewed Liza, I just never put it out. And it was weird because I guess the interview is like, I don't know, maybe a year or 2 years old, something like that, right?
Right.
But it just makes you wonder, like, why did you decide to put it out now?
That was corny. But that's why I said it was a corny move. It was corny for him to do that. They took my comment down. I called him a fuck boy. They ain't like I called him that. So if you watching this, you a fuck boy for that shit. That was corny. So wait. Now, no, I gotta ask this. The nigga that's did under the upper podcast. He's the boy from he's the one from Kung Fu Hustle, right?
No, you wrong. You're wrong, but I know what you're doing. Stop.
Oh, that ain't him?
Stop. I know what you're doing, okay? Nah.
What am I doing, nigga? I'm trying to ask the question.
Come on, man.
Oh, you shit. All right, man. Whatever, man.
Up, man.
All
Come
right,
on.
I thought it was my nigga from Kung Fu Hustle.
Nah. Yeah, man. Shout out to Tiger, man. I wish that he just didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I understand sometimes
that was a sucker move.
I understand sometimes in this podcast world, sometimes you do certain things and you take it a little too far. You're trying to, I don't know, chase the numbers or what it is. You feel the pressure, but
and you become a sucker in the midst of it.
I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. This podcast game is not easy, but yeah, I don't agree with him doing that though.
Tough being a sucker.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the whole Remy Ma and Papoose situation?
I think, Pap dodged the bullet. Once again, not the best of friends, but I feel for Pap. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people going to be like, how the fuck you feel for Pap? You don't went on him. I'm just glad that.
But you can separate. See, that's why you're not a hater. You can separate, like, these are my personal feelings about him for these reasons. Now, I'm just looking at the situation and just being objective about the situation. This is how I feel, and I can feel.
Well, I gotta be real about that because Remy did wrong. You know what I'm saying? She did dirt, but at the same time, nobody will never know because there's two sides to every story.
Right.
But Pap's side just look a little more believable.
Yeah, let's put that out there, right? We don't know what happened behind the scenes, okay? We don't know all those things, but based off looking at it at face value, it does not look good for Remy. Before she even jumped out the window, it didn't look good for her. Now, after she jumped out the window, it looks worse for her.
Yeah, it do. It look worse, you know what I'm saying? And then, it was sad. I was sad because I was like, damn, not Eazy, not. Oh my God! See, I know him from battle rap, and I remember.
Wait. Before we get into that, okay, were you surprised when you saw all the posts and them going back and forth though? Like, were you like, what the hell? Like, this is crazy?
Yeah, that shit was wild. Yeah, I was very surprised because you know what I mean. It goes to show you how. Excuse me, how real shit got. That got super real because it goes to show that they don't give a fuck.
Man, because what's so crazy is that we have been speculating about it for so long, right? And it was super quiet. And then out of nowhere, it's just like they just dropped a bomb. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I think that, like, if Remy handled it differently, like they just got the divorce, she did an interview and was like mature about it and was like, you know what? Everybody made mistakes. We weren't in love anymore, whatever, right? That would have looked way better from a PR standpoint, everything. But doing it like this, and she just couldn't stop once she started. Like, she just kept on coming out with more and more stuff. It was like,
it was crazy. It was crazy. And then, he's, Eazy just kept on looking like the cornball he is.
Wait. Before we go into Eazy though, okay? I think the saddest part is the daughter having to see this shit on the internet. Even though she's 6 years old, when she gets older, it's still going to be on the internet.
It's still going to be on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And years fly. You know what I mean? She's 6 now. In a blink of an eye, she'd be 16. And, you know, Pap did a good job trying to shield her from that. You feel me? And that's where you got to commend Pap for, you know, he tried his best. You know what I mean?
But at some point, he had to come out and say something. You know what I mean? She kept on going in. Like, he had to come out and say something at that point.
Yeah, I mean, he had to, you know what I mean? But the way he handled it was good, too.
Right.
You know what I mean? He still kind of took the high road. You know what I mean? And that's where you see that his story is more official. And she wasn't looking too good. You know what I'm saying? Like, at all.
My thing is, like, what was the point of doing all of that, right? You take down the post, but everybody's done screenshot it, then screen record it. It's all there still. Like, what was, like, I don't know, you feel better now? Like, you got out those feelings now? Or, like, you know what I'm saying?
I know, right? Yeah, for nothing. It was for nothing. You feel me? And Remy always been funny like that, though. You know what I'm saying? She always been funny like that. It's like Remy always had, like, almost like she had mental health issues that she never said out loud. You know, but it was always something with Remy that you couldn't put your finger on, but it wasn't quite there with her.
They're trying to allude to the fact now that, you know, because Pap has this reputation that he held her down for 6 years while she was locked. They're trying to say now that he really didn't do that he was cheating on her the whole time and everything. And he doesn't look as innocent. He shouldn't be held to be so innocent.
Well, social media paint a picture like you fucking, you know, I never brought the whole black love shit. I never brought with them. I never brought it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You never
like,
bought into it?
Nah, I never brought into that shit. Like, it just didn't look as real as they was making it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so it was really love and hip hop. Like you're saying, like
it was love and hip hop ish all the way. You feel me? And then when they got on love and hip hop, I was like, my point is proven. Then when they got into the show, I said, damn, did I speak it up? Getting on that show and y'all ready to face a black love. Why even do the show? What, for a bag? Ain't y'all eating already?
Well, you got to remember, Remy's never put out a second album. She did that collab album with Joe, Platas o Plomos, but that's the only thing. She never put out a second solo album all these years.
Regardless, she talks about how much money they made off the lean back, that she's making money to this day off lean back, and then that is still making more money than all the way up. And now, you know what I mean? What's up with that? Ain't you making money off of that? So it's like, come on, man. It's like they contradicting themselves. I don't know, you know. Why jump on Love and Hip Hop? That shit didn't make no sense to me. I think that made them look really fake when they did that. Because, you know, you were seeing the whole wetting thing and the whole shit. It just looked, too much shit looked staged at that point.
What do you think about Fat Joe saying that line in his new song, "Nobody wins when the family feuds, don't ask me no questions about Remy and Papoose"?
He just trying to keep it politically correct once again. You know what I'm saying? He said he loved Pap now. That she made him love Pap. Ain't that what he said?
He did.
He said she made him love Pap. You know what I mean? I guess Pap is the godfather of his daughter or something like that.
No, Joe is the godfather of their
Joe
daughter.
is the godfather of their daughter.
Right.
Fuck that. I a nigga that punched me in my face, I ain't never gonna let that nigga be the godfather. That nigga be dead. that nigga gonna be in the grave. I know, motherfucker. Pop out, nigga. Yeah, shit. Nigga, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, nigga is crazy. Like, shit. A lot of balls doing that.
All right. Well, Remy made the allegations that Pap put his hands on her. She said that our pool never got finished because you put your hands on me in the garage, and then the police were called and everything like that. Pap had responded and said something along the lines of, you are the one that played with police and you tried to deny what the whole world saw. And I think he was talking about the whole shooting of her friend. Because, to this day, she's said like, oh, I never shot her.
Right.
Even after prison, she said that. But then in the new song, she said, I did this to my friend. What do you think I'm going to do to you? Something along those lines too. So she's kind of gone back and forth about it.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, she contradicts herself too, because on that shit with I don't know if you see that cooking show. It's kind of funny. The joint with Justina and
she just appeared on that.
Yeah, she was just on there, and they asked her like, did you shoot anybody else besides the girl you shot? And she was like, let me think about it. Like, right there, she basically saying, yeah, I shot her. You feel me? So you're incriminating yourself, first of all. But then she tells a story and she says, how can I tell the story without incriminating myself? I sold some pills to this nigga. So all this shit is fucking TV, bro. You don't see it?
Yeah.
Like, the shit is crazy, bro. Like, bitch, you already incriminating yourself. You know what I mean? Like, and you incriminating somebody else already. It's crazy, yo. This shit is like, it's all just, for TV, bro.
Do you think that Pap really put his hands on her though? Or do you think she just said that?
I think he did, because I think she snuck the shit out of him and he had to sneak her back. She probably was hooking off on him too.
That's another thing. When I interviewed Cuban was like, let's not forget that Remy is an aggressive type where she will get in your face.
That's what I said. You could tell she aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like, she looked like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not dissing Pap or nothing. I ain't here to do that. But she looked like, she probably was trying to Brody him. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I'm putting this strap on, nigga. Fuck the shit out of you. He like, bitch, you ain't fucking me, boo. And that probably happened. You know what I'm saying? She tried to put the strap on and fuck him in the butt and he snuck her. No, I'm fucking play.
You wrong for that one. No, you wrong for that. Okay.
Nah. I'm just saying, that might have happened. You never know. These situations happen in Hollywood. They like baby oil and all that shit in Hollywood.
Come on, man. No,
Don't you
man.
think?
Come on, man. Now you trying to put the Diddy baby oil on that. Come on, man.
No, I said they like baby oil in the industry. Okay. And they like fighting and shit.
All right. Let's go to Eazy. All right. Eazy, the block captain, had said the way Papoose found out was that he put a recording device in her car and he could hear her talking to Eazy, but couldn't hear Eazy. Also, okay, well, let's start with there, all right? Do you think that Pap was wrong if he put a recording device in her car?
Yeah, if he did that, that's wild. If he did that.
So if he had suspected my wife is cheating on me or like something's going on and stuff like that, and he put that in there as a way to find proof, you think that's wrong? Something's wrong with my relationship.
I mean, to each his own. If he wanted to find out if she cheating,
right,
then, and that was his only way to find out, it's not the end of the fucking world. You know what I mean? He just wanted to find out if she was cheating. You know what I mean?
But you would never do that.
I wouldn't do it.
Your man Cuban said that he definitely would put a tracking device in the car.
I think, if you think that badly about, don't be with the bitch.
Yeah, I agree with that part though. Like, that's kind of evidence that if it's really that bad, it's probably a sign that you shouldn't be together.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why go through all that? You feel me? Like, you gotta know.
But I can see why somebody would want to put it in there I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle about it. Like, I can see either way, but at the end of the day, it's still probably a sign that you just shouldn't be together regardless then.
Yeah, and I think it's difficult when you dealing with somebody that's in the same profession as you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Your celebrity,
and
yeah,
y'all
it's kind of tough.
celebrities, that's kind of tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, you know what I mean? Like, I had somebody that's not to mention no names, but I had somebody that wanted to be with me at one point that's a celebrity. And I just couldn't see myself with that person because I was still doing my thing. I was starting to make a name, even though her name was way bigger. You know what I'm saying? She already is established. I just couldn't see myself with her. You know what I'm saying? And we remained friends. And it was like, I just couldn't do it, me personally. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think, and Eazy said that Pat Ben knew about this. He knew for like 2 years already that she was cheating on him with Eazy.
Right.
And then he said that Pap snuck into the venue with a mask on, got past security, and he snuffed Eazy, but he didn't get knocked out. He didn't fall to the ground. He wasn't in the fetal position like Pap had claimed that Eazy was in.
Well, somebody put him in a fetal position. Somebody, because everybody's saying he got knocked the fuck out. I didn't hear that Pap had a mask on. They said, Pap just walked in there, and he stepped up to him and, bump, snuck in. Words was exchanged, snuck in. This is what I heard. 2 or 3 things were said, bump, and that was it. And you know what I'm saying? That Pat was more mad at him because, he was still trying to act cool with him when he knew he was fucking Remy already.
Mm.
That's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? So.
See, that's another thing is that Pap had said in his post, right? He said that I didn't, beat him up because he was sleeping with my wife. I beat him up because he shook my hand and then slept with my wife.
See, it's close to what I was saying. Close to what I just said. See, and I ain't even know he said that. So,
Well, what do you think about that? You think, because like right now, I got the interview clip on there on the page, and Cuban said that, Eazy is a piece of shit for doing that, right? And some people in the comments are saying, yo, you got principles, you don't, go into somebody's marriage and sleep with, a married person. Another person, other people are like, well, he just doing what any dude would do. You know what I'm saying? He just trying to get some ass.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I look at it. I look at it like, I think you gotta, Remy is more of a piece of shit than him. Cause Remy knows that these niggas, he's gonna be like a kid at a candy store, like, yo, I fuck Remy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They battle rappers. They not celebrities. You feel me?
Well, they like more like B-list or like, they're not.
They fucking F-list. They still not up there like that. You feel me? Now, if it's the Hollows of the world, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that, certain ones, it's still a handful that can get that.
Mm-hmm.
Just a handful. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them. And Eazy was on a come up. You feel me? But that's battle rap's fault too, because Eazy been a clown since motherfucking New Jersey Twerk fucked this girl. So you got to remember, when New Jersey Twerk battled them, he played them out, and he brought his girl there, and he even told his girl, "Then I fuck you." And it just so happens that New Jersey Twerk had fucked his girl that was at the time. So Eazy, that's a lot of anger in his heart. So finally getting to fuck Remy and looking the way he looked it like Urkel at the time. His teeth was fucked up. He had the glasses. He was the Urkel of rap. If you look back at Pat days, though, Pat looked just like him. So Remy just showed that she missed the old Pat when she got with Eazy.
So she got a certain type.
she got a certain type, but she missed the old Pap. She wanted the old Pap with the fucked up teeth and the gritty. You know what I'm saying? And she saw that in Eazy. And it was love at first sight. And they started battle rapping it, behind closed doors, and you know what happened.
They battle rap when they get mad at each other? That's how they argue?
Yeah, that's how when they my man. Yo, but motherfucking you gotta remember, Pat was an ugly motherfucker too. With the teeth was fucked up. He got before he got the implants and everything. So now Eazy when it got, I don't know if they implants though. Eazy when it got his shit done.
Right.
Now Eazy got right, fixed his teeth up. He think he the shit now, but everybody knew he was a cornball from Norristown in Philly, but the urban side. You feel me? And now he getting his car pulled, but it's battle rap fault for not doing their homework on some of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your homework, just like they do their homework on hip hop. Do your homework.
Remember last year, there was some leaked audio of him talking about, if like things don't work out, he still came up basically off of, his relationship with Remy. Like he was planning almost like it was a come up regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they had feelings for each other. I think Remy might have liked that nigga. And he's a sucker for love because he was in love with the girl that New Jersey Twerk fucked. He was heartbroken. When he found out that Twerk hit it, she was a hoe anyway. She was fucking everybody. But when she played them out, his heart was broke. So him finding Remy, he loved being in love. That's why he was next to that Christmas tree. And then he was like...
that's what I was about to ask you right now.
Yeah, that's why he, because he a sucker for love. Then he went on that whatever podcast he got. He's like, let me tell you the story. He sound like a bitch. He sound like a gay nigga. Let me tell you the story. Let me tell you the story, boy. I was like, this nigga gay as hell. So this how I go. I ain't gonna give you the whole shit. You know what I mean? Then his hand flopped. I said, this gay nigga. I said, I'm done. I said, this motherfucker, I can't see this shit. Fucking disgusting. I said, Remy crazy for that. So I'm on Pap's side on this one.
Hey, and that says a lot. That says a lot. If you sign him with Pap, that says a lot.
I'm Team Pap, nigga. Fuck that. Fuck that. Buck tooth, nigga.
What did you think of Hassan Campbell roasting Remy?
That shit was hilarious, nigga. I don't give a fuck when nobody say that shit was fucking... Yo, Hassan is a funny motherfucker, yo.
He is, man. Shout out to Hassan, man. He's too funny, bro.
That motherfucker Scooby-Doo. That motherfucker stupid.
Bro, when he took the cloth and he was the cloth on the phone and he was pulling it off.
That motherfucker was... Yeah, I said, this motherfucker is stupid. I was cracking up. I said, yo, he had me done.
Yo, because he was like, I don't want you to have to put on makeup just for me to clap your cheeks and stuff. Like, he was like, bro, he went in. He went crazy on that one.
Nah, he was going crazy and shit.
Yeah. Because, she's claimed that she's never got any work done, but she really does look different than the way that she used to look.
Nah, she looked different. She looked different because, you know what I mean? Yo, you got a cloth there? Because he did the drum. Like, I want to show you exactly what Hassan did. Like, he was like, I used to be motherfucking, 500 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be 500 pounds. You know what I'm saying? That's what he did. I used to be 500 pounds, man. You know what I mean? That's what he did, right? And he's like, but, you know what I mean? I started working out. And you know what I mean? Like, I lost all that weight. You know what I
You ain't got
mean?
a cloth, so you using some dollars? He's so crazy. Use some dollars, man. Well, you know, Joe said that Ozempic is the greatest invention ever.
That's what I said, the Ozempic shit. But he did it naturally.
Yeah, man. But do you think that that Hassan went too far, like roasting a black woman and stuff like that, and like making fun of somebody?
Man, people need to cut that shit out, man. Like, that wasn't even like that. If he was like saying crazy shit about Remy, like, come on, man. He was saying just, you know, everybody like, oh, he doing this to a queen. A queen? What kind of queen is that? So the type of queen y'all like go and suck other niggas' dicks? Like, that shit ain't cool. That ain't a fucking queen. You know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers is crazy. So he ain't do nothing bad. You know what I'm saying? And Remy gotta wear it. You know what I mean? This ain't no disrespect to Remy. You know what I'm saying? But she knows she was wrong for what she did. You know what I'm saying? Hassan was just being Hassan. You feel me? And it was nothing else. It wasn't no shit that he's dissing all black women and something like that. He didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? People always taking shit far left. Just like the whole Fat Joe shit.
That's
you
what
know what I'm saying?
That's what Hassan said, though. He said, "Why should I respect you if you don't respect yourself?"
Exactly. And that's true. Like, you know what I mean? These motherfuckers is crazy. They want to how can you respect? Whores want to be respected nowadays. Like, it's crazy.
Well, you know, like, remember we used to, like, for example, prostitutes used to be like called hookers. Now you have to call them like sex workers or something like that. Like, there's like proper terms.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, you know, like there's proper terms for everything now. Things, you know, the world changed on me. The world changed on us, Lou.
You Fat Joe now. You Fat Joe now. The world changed on me and shit. He said the world changed on me and got the Rick Ross flow. He done changed the Rick Ross out that shit. Start rapping like Rick. I said, damn, that shit, ain't that ironic that the world changed and he rapped like Rick Ross? And Rick Ross just became a rapper but used to be a cop. Ain't that shit crazy?
It is crazy, man. I don't know. I still don't get it.
People change the things that they despise. That's crazy.
Think about Remy's beef with Papoose's new girl, Claressa Shields, though, the boxer.
Oh, she gonna have to shoot that bitch. well, let me. She gonna have to shoot that queen. Let me rephrase that. I don't want to call her a bitch, but she gonna have to shoot that queen, cause she looking like she look like Borat. She look like she ready. She'll fuck Remy up. I don't know, man.
She in a new interview,
Remy,
she said that she would fight Remy for $1.
yeah, she did. I hit her in the liver with some bullshit she said.
No, that was a freestyle that she did.
Yeah, she was rapping.
But in a new interview, she said, "I'll fight Remy for $1."
That's fucked up. You trying to say Remy ain't worth that shit? But she fight. Is she? Shit, damn, $1. She'll fuck Remy up. I think she'll KO the shit out of her with one punch.
I mean, come on, like when somebody's a trained professional at something, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's like saying that just because Claressa dropped a little freestyle that she can hang on a song with Remy. No, Remy's a trained professional in her field. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she gonna have to get the glizzy on Remy though. Yeah. I mean, Remy gonna have to get the glizzy on her. I mean,
right? Yeah.
Claressa gonna fuck her up.
You saw Academics, right? He reacted to it and he was all like, "Pap like his women a little more masculine." And then he saw her like in a different picture where she looked a little better. And he was like, I think he said something like, "Man, it's illegal how makeup be making these girls look sometimes and stuff." You know, like it's a little mess.
No, but it's true because she looked it pretty in she looked at pretty sometimes in certain things, but then I saw her in like a two-piece outfit, like the dress pants outfit, you know what I'm saying? Like the men blazer with with the saw pants that the women wear. And she had a two-piece and she was trying to match her shoes with them. She said, should I wear these red shoes or these black shoes? And when I saw her in that shit, like, she looked at like motherfucking like this nigga with the suit on. She looked like motherfucking this nigga that used to bodybuild and shit. She just looked at rough. Like rough because she had her hair like up in a bun and it reminded me of that nigga, yo. And I was like, damn, she look kind of rough right there. You know what I'm saying? So she got like, sometimes she looked pretty. She looked beautiful sometimes, and then sometimes she looks unbeautiful.
Unbeautiful. It's not even a word. It's said unbeautiful. So since our last interview, a brother of yours passed away, Chino XL.
Yeah.
And I know you guys were really close throughout your career. Can you talk about your reaction to when you heard he passed away?
I don't even think I still like believe it. Like, it's like, you know how one of them things is like unbelievable, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's I don't know, man. It's like, it's crazy, man, because it's always got to be the good ones, you feel me? Chino had a great heart, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to his family, my condolences to his family. May God protect him, and, it was just crazy, you know what I'm saying? The way that happened. But it goes to show, man, that, mental health is deep, you know what I'm saying? It's deep. I wish I knew a lot of shit, you know what I mean? Because, I don't play with none of that stuff, you know what I mean? That hits home in a lot of ways. So, my condolences to the fam, man. It was a sad day in hip hop because he did a lot for hip hop, you know what I mean? Definitely one of the greats, man. Underrated in my book.
Yeah. How did you feel when the family revealed the case, the cause of death was suicide?
Yeah, it was heartbreaking, man. It was, me being, my spiritual background, it's definitely heartbreaking. You know what I mean? Because, your mind runs wild and you want to know, why and stuff like that. But all you could do, man, is pray and hope and pray that God had mercy on his soul, you know what I mean? And that, he gets to see that afterlife the way he should be. You know what I mean? It's just devastating, you know what I mean? Mental health is a serious issue. And, a lot of our people got mental health, you know what I mean? And it's just crazy. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. I'm at a loss for words, honestly. You know what I mean?
Because you talked to him not too long before then, right? Like you guys were planning to work together or something, but you could tell something was a little off.
Well, we talked every now and then, and at that time that we finally talked, I haven't talked to him for like probably over a year, well over a year. We was speaking every now and then. You know what I mean? It wasn't as much as in the beginning. You feel me? Because, at one point we was talking a lot because we was thinking about starting, a group, a Latino group, with me, Cuban Link, him, you know what I mean? We had a couple, Shabam Sadiq, shout out to Shabam, Thurston Howe, and we had a couple cats that we was going to form, this Latino super group. And, that never fell through, you know what I mean? But we was always still, keeping in touch, you know what I'm saying? And then he did the podcast with the Advocate for Baller Status. And he showed me love on the interview, you know what I'm saying? He always showed me love, man. That the dude was just that type of dude, you know what I'm saying? He could have just been on his own shit. But the shit that he said about me on that interview just made me see how great of not only a lyricist he was, but how great of a person he really was. You feel me? And
Solid.
and a lot of people could learn from that. You know what I'm saying? And it was just dope, man. The time that I knew him, we got records together, man. And like I said, it's definitely a sad day in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Condolences to his family, man. And you know, it's I'm just at a loss for words, still, man.
One rest in peace to Chino
Man,
XL,
definitely
man,
rest in
and
peace,
shout
man.
out to his family.
Yeah, definitely.
One lyric of yours that always stood out to me was when you said on the song, I Don't Want to Be Right, which is my favorite song of yours just because of the emotion that is behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of the things that you said was, I used to pray to God with a gun in my hand. I tried to pull the trigger, but the gun jammed. Is this like literally this happened, or like you're just talking like figuratively?
It happened a number of times. Like, you know what I mean? My son saved my life. Nasir, shout out to my son Nasir. And my wife could tell the story better. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for my son, ain't no telling what would have happened. I was at that point in time where I was there too. You know what I'm saying? So I know how it feels, you know what I'm saying? And thank God that I turned it around. You know what I mean? I went through a bad time in my life, you know what I'm saying? Just with the streets, because, I was always in the streets. I ain't know nothing but the streets. And then when I came into the music world, I fell in love with hip hop. And when I fell in love with hip hop and then I went through the whole lawsuit, it like broke my heart that I worked so hard to get out the streets. You know what I'm saying? From, doing what I did to getting out the streets and loving hip hop. And then now this is getting snatched from me. Now I'm going through that. And it was just a bad time. And it was like a domino effect, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, I was going through a bad divorce, and you know what I mean? Like, it was just, I was fucked up, you know what I'm saying? I lost a lot of shit, you know what I mean? Lost my crib, started losing a lot of shit. And I was there, you know what I'm saying? And then, my son came along. And when my son came along, I said, nah, I had something to fight for, you know what I'm saying? Something to live for. And I turned it back around and I said, look, I always been a hustler. I'm gonna get back on my shit. And, I got back, you know what I'm saying? Thank God I got back, you know what I'm saying? With the prayers, and willpower, and I turned it around. The rest is history, you know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to feel bad for me because, you know what I mean? I ain't feel bad for myself. So I just had to fight and get that shit right, you know what I mean? And I had good people around me, man. I had good friends, you know what I'm saying? Some was good, some was not. You feel me? They wanted to see my downfall, you know what I mean? But I always had that handful of niggas that's with me to this day that was also there, you know what I mean? So if I got to thank a handful of people that really, brought me out that dark time. You know what I'm saying? I've always had love for them and respect for them. And of course, the main one, my son, you know what I mean, made me turn it around.
And I don't think that, it's about saying it just to have people feel bad for you or whatever. But I just think that there's a lot of people out there that are
Yeah,
possibly watching right now that can relate to that, and they
right.
can see that it's possible. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's thank God that you were able to do that,
right.
because not everybody believes that they can do that, right?
Yeah,
And sometimes um we fall victim to those weak moments or those
right.
moments where we just don't see any hope or any, I mean,
Exactly.
I'm so grateful that you were able to do that because of the brotherhood that you and I have been able to build.
Definitely, bro.
You're one of my closest, friends and everything, and I don't know what it would have been like without you. You know what I'm saying?
My
Like,
word.
I just I'm so like there's a lot of times when I listen to that lyric and I'm just like, damn, like Lou has definitely been through a lot of shit in his life, and That's why that song is one of my favorite songs of yours. Not because it's like a diss song and everything, but it's just you really saying real shit. Like you can hear the conviction and the emotion behind it, especially like even at the end when you talking, you
Right.
know.
Yeah, and that, that was hard to overcome at one time too, because you know what I mean. It's like I don't want to talk on somebody that's not here, because me and K Slay was about to patch shit up before he died. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it hurted that he passed. You know what I mean? Because we was about to do something special again. You know what I mean? And may he rest in peace too. But it's definitely something to look at, something like that I take very serious. That's why I think I was so heartbroken when I heard about Chino XL, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I wish I knew, because I would have helped my brother turn it around. You feel me? And he might have not had people around him to help him turn it around. Well, I'm pretty sure he did, but when you in that space, you don't see it. Because I know I
And
didn't see it.
sometimes as men, we're afraid to ask
Yeah,
for help.
exactly. And that's very true. That's a good point, because I didn't want to ask for help. You know what I'm saying? But thanks to my wifey, you know what I'm saying? That's why she my wife now. You feel me? She saw through me, and she was a motherfucker, boy. She didn't give up on me. You know what I'm saying? At one point, you know what I mean? I lost one of my cribs. I was sleeping in the park in the car, and she was there 3, 4 in the morning finding my ass. Like, what the fuck is you doing out here? You got a crib. You stay with me. What the fuck? Like, and never gave up on me. You know what I'm saying? So it was real. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's just me. You know what I mean? I always spit what I live. You know what I'm saying? I never did too much music about the streets. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to rap about that shit. I wanted to rap about real shit. What I saw, what I don't want to see. My crackhead brother, my family dying of cancer. You know what I'm saying? Real life shit. You know what I mean? That was my strength. So like I said, man, it's just the Chino XL really caught me off guard. And then when Slade died, it was like, damn. Like, even though Slade's situation was nothing like Chino XL's, but you just like start seeing just life for what it really is. You know what I'm saying? I literally just wrote Papoose like probably a few weeks ago, and I said, yo, Pat, for what it is, we grown ass men. Hopefully we can have dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Get at me. That's how real shit is. You know what I mean? With me, we grown men. You know what I'm saying? This rap shit don't need to go that far. You know what I'm saying? And that's just where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? I even talked to Fat Joe. That don't mean I'm gonna stop cracking on him or nothing. But you know what I mean? Real
Wait, you
motherfuckers.
spoke to Joe?
No, I said that's how I feel about Joe. If Joe wanna have dialogue, I had dialogue with Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we grown men. But some people don't want to do that because they still show that they fear you in type of way.
Right.
Cause you might be just too real for them. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And they might have been real back then, but they lost their way. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes niggas gotta check themselves, you know what I mean, to see, the reality of shit, you know what I mean? So I'm glad we even having this talk, man, because trust me, even back to you, you know what I mean? I appreciate you. I appreciate our brotherhood. Thanks to Cuban Link for hooking us up, you feel me? Because my brother introduced me to you, and since then, you became a brother of mine more than anything, you know what I'm saying? So, your family is my family, you know what I mean? And we eat together, you know what I'm saying? We break bread, and that's what it is, man. You know what I mean? This ain't just a facade or for the fans, or you know what I mean, just to make up shit. This is just to, you know, do real shit for the culture like it should be, you know what I mean?
Right. Did you ever have a relationship with like other DJs, like DJ Clue?
I talked to other DJs, but never had like nothing solid with them. At the time, I was fucking with Slay. Like, you know how that go. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, I was gonna. It was funny because in the beginning, we was talking to Green Lantern. You know what I'm saying? It would have been a situation with Green Lantern, but at the time, I just felt more like going the Slay route. You feel me?
Right.
And my man at the time that was doing some of my work for me, he was the one more having more dialogue with Green Lantern at the time. You feel me? And I actually, met him and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And we was, I was gonna go that route, but then when Slay started, showing more interest, it made more sense at the time to me. And, I took the Slay route. But smaller DJs I dealt with, like DJ Ronan, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ Ronan. P Cutter. I don't know if you remember P Cutter back in the
P
day.
Cutter, he had them beef
Yeah.
CDs with the interviews and all that shit.
Yeah, we was going to do a tape before. We never got to do it, but shout out to P Cutter. At that time I got busy, he got busy. You know what I'm saying? And I always dealt with a lot of people, man. Off the top, I can't remember everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then definitely uh, DJ Rude. Shout out to DJ Rude. I definitely can't forget DJ Rude. You know what I mean? I did some shit with DJ Rude, DJ Absurd. You know what I mean? It's so many, man. I can't think about everybody off the bat, but
well, and of course we know that you did something with Vlad too.
yeah, Vlad hosted my mixtape. Shout out to Vlad. You feel me? Even though you turn funny style on me, Vlad, I should see you. Nah, shout out to Vlad, man. Vlad was a good dude. You know what I'm saying? He always, wanted to, do stuff, do different things with me as far as, with the music, but the powers that be didn't let that go down, you know what I mean? But he did host my mixtape with DJ Camilo. Shout out to DJ Camilo. You know what I mean? Camilo blessed me with a joint that me, Juggernaut, and Pitbull did called Who the Fucking Here. You know what I'm saying? That was a dope joint. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of good DJs that I fuck with, man. Salute to all the DJs that I dealt with, man. Mr. Hype. You know what I mean? Mr. Hype was more of a local DJ, but he was like family. You know what I'm saying? He was paving his way. So I always got to, show love to the locals like I came up. You know what I'm saying? Because I came up local. You know what I'm saying? We all come up local. So he was always grinding, doing his shit. Shout out to Mr. Hype. I dealt with him too. And, man, it was a lot. It was a lot. I just can't remember everybody. Technique. Shout out to Technique from the West Coast. Technique also a dope producer too, you know what I'm saying? So we did some big things with, DJ Technique.
Back in the day, DJ Clue and K Slay, they had some issues. Did you ever find out like why they had issues?
You know what? I never got into none of that. When I was with Slay at that time, their issues kind of was dead already. You feel me? It died down a lot. I think they actually was cool at that point. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't cool like, going to lunch or nothing like that. But, it was a lot of that beef was dead at that time.
It's just one of those like classic moments in hip hop that I feel like a lot of people always wonder like what happened,
Right. Yeah, I think that was I think that, they was already quit. If I ain't mistaken, they was already, they buried the hatchet on that. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
It wasn't like they was hanging or nothing. You know what I mean? Slay at the time had beef with a lot of DJs. You know what I'm saying?
He definitely was the drama king for a reason, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That shit, that's one of the main reasons I went with him because I was, at the time I ain't know no better. I was like, drama? Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I love that shit.
This industry is filled with a lot of smoke and mirrors. Nothing
Mhm.
is what it's advertised to be, right?
Right.
Have you ever been a fan of someone growing up and you listened to their music, but then when you met them, you were like really disappointed?
Goddamn, then 90% of the motherfuckers.
90%.
For real.
Is there anybody that you can say that like was like a tell like what happened?
Oh man. I'm gonna keep that off the record, man.
All right, I got you. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that off the record. I don't even want to go there.
All right. In the early 2000s, something that was widely spoken about was the hip hop police, right?
Right.
Police that were targeting rappers and monitoring them and looking for an issue. Did you ever have any run ins with anyone or knew anyone that did?
Hell yeah. Yeah, I definitely did. You know what I'm saying? I remember coming off the Lincoln Bridge, and I was going to the studio. I had a studio session. I was meeting Slay. And Slay was calling me like, yo, where you at? I said, Slay, I just got off the bridge and I'm 2 cars deep. I remember because I was in my Navigator and my brother was following me and he was in his Benz. And we just was getting right off the Lincoln. As soon as he got woo woo, pulled me over. I said, what the hell is going on? And this was at the time that Pap had his issue with Uncle Murder.
Mm.
So I'm thinking it was because of that, because I don't remember ever having nothing prior. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in nothing. So I don't know the affiliation of me being with K Slay and Papoose being my label mate or whatever. All I know, I got stopped and they was like, doing the whole thing. Yeah, we know this. You think, you think you gonna, saying sarcastic shit. Yo, you think you gonna make it past the sea? Somebody, I think it was Jay-Z or somebody, they said their status, you think you ain't gonna be nothing. You ain't gonna be this. What's in that bag? Boom, boom, boom. I mean, it was doing all the most illegal shit ever. So I was being a little bit aggressive towards them. My man was like, yo, shut up before these motherfuckers took and bust a cap in our ass and say it was probable. You know what I'm saying? Because you could see them reaching already. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, what the fuck? And I forget how the shit even ended. I just know I was heated because I'm like, these motherfuckers is really harassing me. And they was just talking about it was funny because they knew I was down with K Slay. They were saying, what you going to see K Slay? Yo, somebody be selling drugs or something. They were saying just some fucking outlandish shit, bro. And I just don't like really remember it entirely. I think one of my brothers could say the story better than me. Cause I was just so heated. Cause I was late for my session. I was already late anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But they made me super late. And I called Slay. I said, yo, you believe these motherfuckers got me down here trying to say shit that I got guns in the car and this other shit, and that's what rappers do. Rappers is always illegal. I know I'm gonna find weed in this car. I know I'm gonna find guns on you, and they searching my car illegal and everything. You find shit. You know what I mean? But it was just a thing that they just harassed the shit out of me. And like nothing never happened. All right, you can go. I'm watching you though. I'm watching you. Have a good day. Laughed and left. And
Were
that
they
was
in a regular police car or were they like in an SUV?
It was regular. It was regular.
Oh, okay.
It was unmarked cars. And that's why we didn't know that we just saw the lights come on. But, it was unmarked. You know what I'm saying? Just unmarked cars. They just had the lights they put on their hood. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh my God. And usually we used to stay, the crazy part is that we used to always stay, loaded. But since it was a straight run going to the studio and back, that's all I was going. I was going to a studio session. So when studio sessions, I'll go to my studio session and hit the turnpike back home. So, we ain't need nothing. We was chilling.
Right.
And it was just one of them things, man. And that was my first run-in with that. I think I actually say it in a rhyme on one of my mixtapes about the situation I just explained to you. It's actually on a song that I did. You know what I'm saying? Called Hip Hop Police.
That's crazy.
And I'm explaining exactly what I explained to you, more in detail though. You know what I'm saying? But it was wild, you know what I'm saying? And at that time, that's my story. But with other people, it was bad. It was happening a lot. And I think other artists, I think one person that really had it bad with Hip Hop Police, if I ain't mistaken, I think Mano had a run-in with them at one time. I think it was Mano or maybe Grab, one of them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe all of them, because it was heavy. It was heavy at that time.
Yeah, because another person was Prodigy when he got caught with his gun when he was with the Alchemist, right? We're like, I'll let you go if you plant this. I don't know if it was a gun or drugs or something on 50. Like if you put it in his car, we'll let you go. Like we'll drop the case. Oh, they really was trying to get some shit like on other artists. That's crazy, man.
But sometimes they wasn't coming like that. Sometimes they would be more on trying to see if you had guns, trying to see if you had drugs. Anybody that did hip hop music, they was trying to incriminate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And since I know my running with them, I was the new kid on the block. I took it like, well, this is my introduction. But then at the same time, it was just ironic that they did that at the time, that it was the beef with Pap and, you know what I'm saying? And this, you know what I mean? It was just ironic. It was around that time. So they might have been searching for something, you know what I mean, to see if, I was carrying or I'm going to the studio. It's like they knew everything. So it's like it had to be an inside job too. You know what I'm saying? Because then you'd be like, yo, how can they know certain things or certain whereabouts if it ain't an inside man? You feel me? It's just, I don't know. It was just weird to me. You know what I mean?
And it's even worse now because artists snitch on themselves on social media.
Yeah.
So they definitely got teams watching
people's
profiles.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
So when I see you online on Facebook, right, I see you talking that talk about Camden in general and other rappers or people. What is the politics like in Camden with other artists?
At one point, it was good in my city. You feel me? At one point, like, I mean, I come from a small place, 8 square miles, of course, Camden, you know what I'm saying? Cats is trying to make it and rapping or whatever. They don't pay too much attention. They didn't pay attention to Camden until really I got signed with K Slay. And then the floodgates started opening up. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that happening, I started doing shows and trying to show artists love, you feel me? And I did a song called Voices, you feel me? And what I did was I put some of the MCs that I felt as though, at the time was the most ones that rep my hood. You know what I'm saying? There was 2 or 3 that wasn't on it because, the timing of it, everybody couldn't be on it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I put some of the, the top ones in there, you know what I mean? And I said, let me put this song for you can start making noise, you know what I mean? But the dynamic of it in my city, man, everybody want to be the best, man. And it's like, it's okay to be the best because hip hop is a competitive sport. Ain't no hate in my blood because I would have never did the song.
Right.
And a video to match it. So nobody can
because I've seen you do like a freestyle with like everybody, right?
I'll fuck with everybody in my hood. You know what I'm saying? At that time, I was fucking with everybody. Because if I'm going to get on, I'm bringing my city on. But the thing is with my city, they don't reciprocate that love. And they claim they do, but it's bullshit the way they do it. You feel me?
There's a lot of jealousy.
Oh my God. Listen, if we could turn into a certain animal, you'll see how many crabs in my city will be alive. You see how many niggas are turning crabs. That's how many crabs it is. The crabs in a barrel syndrome, pulling each other down. So when I did the record, it was like, just the hatred. The hatred, you know what I'm saying? When it should have been a time that we got together and formed like Voltron, you know what I'm saying? And there's still some in the city that sticks together and shit like that. It just don't be the right numbers. And for some reason, I'm like the most hated. You know what I'm saying? The funny shit is I did the most for the city. So I know I'm going to be the most hated. I know I got to wear that.
The most known though, right?
Exactly. So, that's why. But then as long as I can fuck with the real MCs though, whether the older ones, the younger ones, that's all I give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep talking my shit because I could talk that shit. You know what I'm saying? But the mission is to get the right numbers to where we can make noise like all these other cities do and they blow the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen. Eventually it's going to happen. We just got to get the right numbers, you know what I'm saying, in Camden to come together, you know what I'm saying? And they'll see that we're a strong ass unit. We can stick together, no animosity, you know what I'm saying? There's a couple cats that I stopped naming names. Before I used to say people's name like, yeah, this brother, this, I ain't doing that shit no more. Cause it's crazy because it seems like they just scared to say my fucking name. When you see these motherfuckers from Camden talk, they'll mention everybody in the sun and won't say my fucking name. And then when people be like, well, Lou, boom, boom, boom. Oh, yeah. And it's sad. And they think I don't see that shit. And it's like, nigga, your name won't be popping if it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's sad because, when you show these niggas love, I do it from the heart. You know what I mean? To show, the up and the... A lot of them took advantage, though. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to me saying the right numbers just got to come together. That's all I give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? In my city. Because I do want to see my city explode in the music scene because we deserve it. Because I think we got so much talent in my city that need to be heard. You know what I mean? But then you got the ones that think they got talent that don't need to be heard. But that's in every city. Everybody and their mom want to be a rapper now. Everybody's a digital creator. Everybody. Everybody. You go to motherfucker's page that was a wino or a bum or a prostitute, digital creator. Dick sucking Sally from up the block, digital creator. Motherfucking broke ass Henry, digital creator.
Well, at least the girls can have like OnlyFans and stuff, right? Do it on camera now instead of doing it just
OnlyFans. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? It's sad because some of the people don't know, like, you live next door to me, nigga. I know your story. You feel me?
Right.
I know you live with your moms, nigga. You know what I mean? You 40 years old trying to be a rapper.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? I know you live with your moms, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people try to be something they ain't. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's just sad. It's just sad when they should be coming together. And then when they do come together, you just can feel the animosity. You know what I'm saying? So it's never a thing that is true love. It's like that love because you gotta show love. You know what I mean? Because they want to suck dick to get on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
because they know you the king. They know you yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if I don't give out that type of energy that I'm the best, nigga, if I'm going to feel like I'm Michael Jordan of this shit. But you should feel like you fucking Kobe of the shit. You should feel like you LeBron of the shit. You should feel like we all should feel like we great.
Right.
So if we talk that shit, we all should be talking that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Hip hop is competitive, ain't it? But at the same time, don't be deaf. Don't be tone deaf. We know who's who, though. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the
Still
day,
pay respect.
exactly. You still paying homage the right way. Some of these old motherfuckers that rap in my city from back in the day don't like the young niggas. The young niggas don't like the old niggas. And it's like, damn, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I try to stay out the way, but then I don't try to stay out the way either, because I know that I have a label. I'm trying to build something that's going to be successful. It's going to be successful. It's definitely going to be successful. But I got to make sure that I do it with the right numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the right numbers is going to evolve. But at the same time, I'm not trying to just look at my city. My city is priority, but I'm trying to look elsewhere too. If my city don't want to, come down and play it the right way, then I'll get a motherfucker from Alaska. If the nigga nice, if the nigga nice, he getting put on. Then we gonna try and put this motherfucker on. We gonna try and get him there, or we gonna help him. We gonna do it like a team. You know what I'm saying? We not gonna do all that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the politics, man. You know what I mean? And I think social media in the last 10 years, social media made niggas from my city more crazy than ever. Because if they get 1,000 hits, 10,000 hits, whatever, on social media, they swear that they the ones. You know what I'm saying? And they just feel like, yo, I'm the king of the shit. Top 5 rappers of Camden. Flim flam, flim flam, flim flam. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know none of these niggas. And then when they say they the nicest, they sound horrible, my nigga. Like horrible. And it's like, yo, you tone deaf. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it got to come back to a thing that, we put our city back on the map in the right way. Because at one point, we were starting to get it together. Social media fucked it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because, they abusing the powers of social media. You know what I'm saying? Just because, you get love in social media from your grandparents, your mom, and your brothers and sisters, that don't make you the top rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the problem with some of these people. You know what I'm saying? And, we going to get it together, man. Camden is going to get better. We going to do better. You know what I'm saying? We going to do better. Because it's just hilarious. You know what I mean? Everybody want to be a rapper. Everybody want to be a movie star now. They want to be actors and shit. And it's funny, you know what I'm saying? Because I said, look, these niggas is doing what I did 10, 20 years ago. You feel me? Remember I showed you my little movie clip from Get Right. And people didn't even know I was in like some of the top movies from the hood. You feel me? Like, and I'm like, man, I was doing this shit already, nigga. I wasn't the best actor at all, nigga. I wasn't Denzel, nigga. I was Eazy, nigga. I was Eazy.
All right, so you're revitalizing the label, Lost City Nation, right? And you got a new partnership. Can we talk about that?
Yes, why not? We can most definitely talk about the new partnership. It took some time, but God work in mysterious ways, and this person is very well known. You know what I'm saying? He's a pretty popular dude. You know what I'm saying? I know his head is getting bigger while I say these things. I hope his head don't blow up as I'm speaking. You know what I mean?
Is anybody we know?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, you know what I mean? I think the people gonna be shocked But, hard work, determination, great minds think alike, you know what I mean? And, I was talking about me taking on a partner, and he winded up like, yo, I'm trying to start a label myself and get into the music business and, take it a step further. You know what I mean? So it took us a while for us to, really sit down and analyze things and see how we could make this happen, you know what I mean? And by the grace of God, we saw eye to eye. We had the same vision, same goal to make this successful. And, you ready for the drum roll so I can let the people know? My new partner, Panda Chop himself, man.
What?
Clap for Panda Chop.
This is the first time I'm hearing this. Oh my God, Panda I'm Chop so surprised.
Yeah, man. Let's do it, brother. You know what I mean? I'm glad to have you aboard. We had a good talk, you know what I'm saying? And we share the same vision, we share the same success story, and we're gonna have a whole bunch of more success stories. Shout out to Cuban Link, because Cuban Link, he introduced me to you.
Shout out to Cuban.
Of course, my brother, you know what I mean? My brother from another. If he never would have introduced us, we would never know each other like we know now. So shout out to Cube, you know what I'm saying? And, we gonna work it and we gonna make it happen, man. And, we got the platform. So, we gonna take it the further heights. We already working on some shit. It's crazy. And we haven't even touched the surface yet. And, we already got some shit popping. Some things overseas, some things that we gonna be entertaining soon, man. And I'm just glad to have you, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for being part of the label. And you seeing what I'm seeing and us coming together. And we gonna make this special, man.
Did you really mean those nice things you said about me? I'm getting all emotional over here.
If y'all ain't know, this motherfucker's a comedian.
That was beautiful. The tears started streaming.
Yo, this boy stupid, man. Yo, give it up for Panda Chop, man.
I'm excited, man. I'm really excited. It was always my dream to be.
What? Yeah, no doubt, man. I'm glad to have you aboard, man. We're gonna make this special, man. Just the little bit that we've been doing so far, you know what I'm saying? It's coming out crazy. Just build it, man, and it's already getting there, you know what I'm saying? So, no time. We're gonna do the big thing. We're gonna have, the major distribution, and it's gonna get better from there, you know what I mean? And we gonna see where God takes us, you know what I mean? Maybe we could be the new Rockefeller. Let's see. Or 10 times better.
You working on a new album, right?
Yeah.
What's the name of the album?
Well, I'm still gonna drop Icons of All Kinds.
Right.
But the new album that I'm coming out, in the beginning of the year, is really like a mixtape album, just the introduction, because I'm, just to let them know I'm coming strong. It's called To Face the GOAT. So that's gonna be dropping beginning of the year, fresh out the gate.
Wait, is the new album gonna be the same one that's overseas, or what's that album?
Nah, well, the overseas album, that's gonna be an exclusive for them.
Got you.
You know what I mean? That's what we gonna be working out a deal for, some exclusive shit for them. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like 12 tracks, never heard or nothing, just exclusively for them. Because they're gonna be doing the promotion and everything themselves on that. You know what I mean? But the albums I'm dropping in the States, which is To Face the GOAT and Icons of All Kinds, that's going to be our project. You know what I mean? That we releasing under Law City Nation.
That's gonna be easy for you too, because you got like thousands of records just in the vault.
Yeah. But you know, and it's crazy because I got thousands of records, but I keep on doing music, man. It's like the creative juices just keep flowing, man. I keep coming up with different concepts, ideas, you know what I mean? And you know, you want to paint that picture. You want to make it make sense. So To Face the GOAT is a project I took pride in doing because it's giving you an introduction, you know, my introduction back into the game. And this time how I'm going to be making a strong statement and paving my way through, you know, through this industry, you know what I'm saying? And now, you know, with you as my partner, of course, you know what I mean? I know you taking it in a lot of directions, you know what I mean? As far as where I'm coming in, you know, I'm just going to focus on what I got to do as an MC for now, you know, and let you worry about the hard part. I'm putting you to work early. Early, you're going to be doing your motherfucking thing. Because if not, I'm going to hang you off the balcony off your motherfucking toes.
You gonna shoot Knight me?
Nah, but it's going to be special, man. We going to, you know, we working. We going to do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be dope.
Yeah. So besides music, I know you want to branch off into other things, right? Are you going to be doing any acting? Can we expect a Lou in a hood film kind of thing?
Of course, man. You know, we got the film. We got the film that we've been working on, you know what I'm saying, for a few years. But, you know, we finally going to bring it to fruition with, of course, you know what I mean, movie about my life, you know what I mean, which is different from the regular hip hop movies. You know, everybody shit is the same. Came from selling drugs, and then, you know, of course I came from that, but it's a crazy twist to it. You know what I'm saying? And I just can't wait to drop this film because the crazy twist about it is that it's still real life. It's something that really happened in my life, you know what I'm saying, in my journey from the streets to hip hop. You know what I mean? So it's going to be dope, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be creative, you know, and I definitely want to do the acting, you know what I'm saying, which I'm doing that, but I also want to do, you know, live bands, perform with live bands all over the place, you know what I'm saying, gallows and shit like that. You know, I want to do different things, you know what I'm saying, rather than just, you know, MCing the regular
Stereotypical
shit.
stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
So wait.
It's gonna be dope.
You're producing a porno movie too, right? Lost Titty Nation.
Yeah, we already got it. We gonna bring Cuban in for that. You know what I'm saying? Cuban got the best porno. Cuban got the best porno stories, and you know what I mean. So Cuban gonna be the star of the show. You know what I mean? Call it Cuban Lust.
Well, you guys saw him on Bars Behind Bars, right? Remember when he was locked up?
Bars behind bras. Yo, Q, funny as hell, yo.
Shout out to my brother Cuban, man.
Yeah, shout out to Q, man. That boy crazy.
Yo, that's gonna be dope though for the movie and everything, man. You know, I'm excited about that. I'm really excited to see how that's gonna unfold.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. We're gonna have a couple, you know, we're gonna have a couple stars in the building, you know what I mean? Some official, two or three official actors, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to get my shit right because I ain't trying to look like no fool on front of these A-class actors, and I'm motherfucking F-class. Can't have that.
It's gonna look like state property.
I can't have that, man. See me, I'm a perfectionist, man. I gotta look right, man. I can't be on looking like Oskino and
Oskino.
No, shout out to Oskino, man. He did a good job.
Yo, shout out to him, man.
Shout out to Oskino.
He's been big on the interview tip, you know, lately.
Oh yeah, you having Oskino on?
No, I'm not having him on. I'm just saying that he's everywhere on so many people's platforms doing interviews.
Yeah, Oskino grind, man. Oskino always grinded. You know what I'm saying? He always been a grinder, man. He don't stay still. You know what I mean? He definitely a worker. So you know what I mean? Shout out to Oskino, the whole state property movement. They just did something too. They just did a couple. What they on tour or something like that with state prop?
I don't know.
I don't know if you heard it. Yeah, I saw them on stage. I just saw something that they did with the whole state property. But shout out to them, man. But yeah, man, it's gonna be dope, man. We got a lot of things lined up, man. I can't even wait. You know what I'm saying, for the new year, man. It's gonna be special. It's gonna be dope.
Definitely is, man.
Man, from the top of the year, we coming out the gate. We ain't playing. We got, a lot of videos gonna be dropping, a lot of music, you know what I mean? A lot of interviews.
Exclusives.
Exclusive. Super exclusive. So y'all better be aware, man. Me and Panda Chop gonna definitely be working in, and giving y'all some things that's gonna be very entertaining, let's say.
Yeah.
Is that safe to say?
Can you tell us something like a story or a fun fact about yourself that you have never said in another interview?
A fun fact that I never said on another interview. All right. I think I got a fun fact. Should I say this on? Should I say my fun fact? I ain't saying that to you. See, you want me to say some bullshit, but I got a funny story. I got a fun fact. All right. I am a very, very sexual man. I'm horny all the time. So,
that's the fun fact.
I'm not done, man.
Okay. I was about to say, I was like,
No,
what kind of shit is this?
No, I'm saying, no, listen, it's funny because my wife is next to me. You feel me?
Right.
And my wife, she's just looking at me like, this nigga. So, I'm a very sexual man and I'm always horny. And my wife makes me very horny. So that's why I married her, because she makes me extremely horny. I'm getting older. I don't need no blue pills and none of that shit. I ain't that old like that. But
you've been taking that ginseng I sent you, right?
Nah, that's you. That's your people. That's your people. I'll be needing that joint for y'all little shrimp avocado. But
that tiger blood.
Yo, so right, one day, right, I'm up here. We in the dark, right? So I'm up here. I just reached over. I'm thinking it's my wife. You know what I'm saying? So I'm up here slapping her in the ass. Boom, slapping her in the ass. She moving. And I'm like, oh shit, I think my wife, she ready. You know what I'm saying?
Seems I'm always
on. Seems like you're ready.
Girl,
Seems like you're ready. So I forgot it was the weekend. You know what I'm saying? And put it like this, we had company over. And I forgot they were staying over, but I came home late. So I winded up thinking that the ass I was touching was my girl's, and when the light cut on, it was her motherfucking grandma.
You lying? No, you lying.
I'll bullshit you not, nigga. That's a fun fact, man. That's all you getting.
Oh my God. I was not expecting this. This was not on my bingo card.
This is the bad part. This is the bad part. This is gonna be the funny part. I think I made a grandma bust a nut by touching her.
Oh my! Oh man! Oh, I was not expecting this.
That's a fun. Nah, I'm fucking with you, my nigga. That ain't a fun fact, nigga. That shit ain't happening.
Okay, I was about to say, yo, you wildin'.
Oh man, yo, Chop man, love you, man. We gonna get this popping for the new year. And this ain't the only interview, man. We still got more, so stay tuned, man. It's gonna be dope.
All right, Lou. I just want to thank you for your time, man. Is there anything you want to say to the people before we go ahead and wrap it up?
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck
y'all niggas. Y'all ain't have to do shit for me. Fuck you, your mom. Nah, say. This is crazy.
This is how I can tell you tired, because you starting to get a little.
Chop said, he said, I'm gonna keep this shit, because if he ever tries some shit on me, I'm putting this nigga on blast. Fuck it, keep it. Fuck y'all niggas. Y'all ain't never do shit for me. And Fat Joe is a fat prejudice fuck. Fuck that fat piece of shit. And Papoose had one tooth. That nigga got implants. So she like ugly niggas. Eazy the block captain who used to get fucked in the ass by his dad.
You just going crazy. This is how I know you tired, because now you start to act like all fucking delusional.
I ate that big ass fucking Nutella pancake. I'm fucking delirious.
I know. Now you all like delusional and shit now.
Hell yeah, nigga. We was like 3 hours doing this motherfucking interview and shit. All I kept on seeing was 85%. I'm like, what the fuck, man? That shit just stuck on 85%. I'm like, damn, the interview was going good, man. That shit threw it for the loop.
All right, man.
We gonna have to do some of them questions back too, nigga. We gonna have to do certain things, man. We gotta do a better introduction. Was that introduction all right, man?
Well, what was wrong with the introduction?
Nothing. But was it something wrong with it?
Nah.
All right, well, fuck it.
All right.
Fuck everybody. Yo, put that shit on the end. Be like, Lou said, fuck all y'all.
Yeah, no,
niggas.
this is going in at the end, all right?
Leave that shit in there. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know you don't. That's why.